Talking about today's event, we have more than 25 breakout sessions spread across 5 tracks covering key topics like generative AI, machine learning, data analytics, and a masterclass in AI designed specifically for developers. And please take time to visit Tech Chopal, which is a bustling marketplace of innovative ideas where all your tech problems can get solved. And of course, do join us at 5 p.m. in the evening for networking reception, where you can connect with your industry peers and also participate in the grand quiz to win exciting prizes. But if you see, today is not just a day of sessions. It is a day full of transformation. So please take time to learn, connect, and network with each other and make the most of your day here. 2024. I believe year 2024 has been a landmark year for us Indians. From lifting the T20 Cricket World Cup to displaying incredible grit and determination at the Olympics and Paralympics, we Indians have celebrated one success after the other. But it is not just sports. India is making waves across the board. Talking about India's incredible growth trajectory over the last 75 years of independence, where India's GDP has grown by 100x. Our per capita income has increased by astonishing 500x. Today, India stands as the fastest growing large economy and the most exciting market in the world. But as much as I'm amazed by India's incredible growth over the last few decades, one thing that really excites me today is the theme of our event, Viksit Bharat 2047. It is not just a vision. It is a powerful goal to transform India into a fully developed nation by 2047, marking 100 years of our independence. Since we are talking about building a better India, I want to talk about the mission of AWS India Public Sector Team and what does this team really stand for. We want to make a positive impact to the life of every citizen of India. When I say every citizen, we are talking about 1.4 billion people through AWS engagements. That's the first part. The second part is we want to help India achieve its global potential as a digital nation that strives to be the technology sandbox of the world. I know this is a little long mission statement. Let me help you demystify it. Over the years, since we have been working with government departments, central government, state and local government, education institutes, not-for-profit organizations, we've got the fortunate opportunity to work very closely with them and build and scale some of the world's largest population scale platforms. I'm sure all of us have heard about COVID, right? COVID is today the world's largest COVID vaccination system that has done more than 2.2 billion vaccinations or 1.2 billion registrations. But did you know, COVID was also the world's fastest growing tech platform that amassed 200 million users in 4 months and 300 million users in 5 months. And by the way, all this got enabled on AWS using our native services without a single second of downtime. We all know the COVID is over, but the good news for COVID is that it is getting integrated with other health platforms like reproductive child health, maternal child health, and getting evolved into something called Universal Immunization Platform or UVIN. Government is looking at adding 12 more vaccines, diphtheria, BCG, tetanus, polio to the same platform. Every year in India, there are 100 million children. Children in the age of 0 to 6 years, pregnant women, lactating mothers, who needs to be vaccinated. But we do not have any digital vaccination record for them. Going forward, government will be able to create a cradle-to-grave longitudinal health record of a child from the day of its birth and solve problems like malnutrition and high infant mortality rate in India. Isn't it amazing? While this is just one example of how AWS is powering India's digital transformation journey, but our commitment goes beyond individual initiatives. Let me talk about AWS investments. AWS has invested more than $3.7 billion in India between 2016 to 2022 to build our Mumbai region. And we have announced plans to invest an additional $12.7 billion in India by 2030 to expand our cloud infrastructure. With these investments, it is estimated it will contribute $23.3 billion to India's GDP and will create 131,700 full-time jobs annually. Insightful session and for introducing the frugal architect mindset, which is all about maximizing value rather than just about minimizing cost. Since we are talking about frugal innovation, let me speak about one great example of frugal innovation at scale and the work we are doing with National Health Authority of India, or NHA. NHA has a mission to make healthcare affordable and accessible for 1.4 billion people in India, that is enabling universal health coverage. We work with NHA to migrate and modernize one of their core applications called Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, or PMJ as it is called, on AWS native services. PMJ is also the world's largest government-funded health insurance scheme which provides free health insurance of up to 5 lakh rupees per family per year to 550 million poor and vulnerable people in India. Talking about the tech stack, this is a behemoth enterprise application with key modules like beneficiary identification system, hospital empanelment system, and even a transaction management system, all deployed on AWS. Using AWS services, this platform is processing today 1.2 million claims per month with 2.5 million documents. PMJ is also running their fraud analytics solution and even a central data lake on AWS, which is helping them identify fake claims in real time. Talking about the impact of this platform on the citizens of our country, this has already done more than 70 million hospitalizations worth $11.2 billion. It has generated more than 350 million PMJ ID cards and onboarded a strong network of 30,000 public and private hospitals. Not just that, but did you know every year in India, there are 60 million citizens who are thrown into the clutches of poverty as they are unable to afford high out-of-pocket medical expenses for secondary and tertiary hospitalization. But now, with PMJ, they will be able to get free and cashless health insurance of up to 5 lakh rupees per year. Last week, government also announced its plans for PMJ to include all elderly citizens of our country above the age of 70 years, irrespective of their income status. With now, I can get my parents involved in the scheme. I believe this is a great example of enabling universal health coverage, ensuring no one is left behind in the country. Staying on healthcare, I want to talk about another key solution built by one of our partners called Periwinkle for cervical cancer screening for women in rural India. India today accounts for 26% of the global cervical cancer deaths in the world. This is a big issue, right? Using AWS technology, Periwinkle was able to build an AI-based smart scope CA solution that empowers rural health workers to conduct quick and efficient screenings of cervical cancer under 2 minutes, literally benefiting more than 200,000 women in India, saving their lives. Don't you think this is again a great example of bridging the divide between the urban and rural India and making healthcare inclusive and equitable?